Painting your home or painting a room in your house can be overwhelming. Our home improvement expert, Jose Rodriguez, says not to stress. He says just take notes of all his painting tips and just put a little Spanish music on.
Today we're here at a client's house who has a bedroom that wants a makeover. So the first thing we're going to start with is showing you how to fix any repairs that you may have to do before you start painting. So say for example you have a hole in the wall like this here. What you want to do is you want to give it take a utility knife and carve it real smooth so that it's nice and smooth. You do like this, you peel it back. And the reason that I'm doing that is because what happens is if you try to mud the wall like this, and if it's sticking out just a hair, it's not going to give you a smooth look. So that's why I did all these like this. So what you do is you pour your water first, and then you pour your joint compound in here, and you could just let it sit so that the joint compound could absorb into the water. Once you see it absorbing, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to start mixing it. If you start mixing it too fast, you're going to get a lot of big hard chunks in there. So you have to have patience with this. So what you want to do is have a consistency where it's not too watered down, but it's a texture that's kind of developed like more like a clay. So step one is to always go light, like that. Use your two fingers behind the putty knife. Go like this, and see it's gone. Just like this. And I call it working the room. So when you have a lot of different holes, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be working the room, and then just let this sit. Even though this is, as you can see, if you come closer, it's a little bit in. You want it to just stay in right now until it starts to get hard. So you take it here, you start here. Make sure you have a sharp utility knife in hand. You do not have to go all the way down. I would suggest cut the tape off every 3 feet so that you can line it up like this and be very on point. Just like that, and just take your finger and rub it like that. And if you see brown, then just readjust it. And see, by it being 3 feet, it's easy to readjust. And you put it like this. And you put it all the way across the room so that when you get ready to paint your border, cuando tú vayas a pintar tu border, no se pinta el ceiling. Lo que se pinta es la pared nada más. Entonces, cuando tú estés pintando con tape, tienes que saber cuándo el tape hay que quitarle el tape. So when you're painting with the tape, you gotta always know when to pull the tape. Before we start painting, I'm gonna show you a few tips. And one of them I'm gonna start off with is a roller. The paint rollers usually come in economy, medium, and then it gets up to the most expensive. You could pay either for 8-pack, you could pay $8 versus you could pay $12 for one. So today we're going to show you an economy way of saving money. One of my tips is to take off the lint. Most people that paint walls usually just go straight to the wall with a fresh roller. And what happens is this roller has, since it's an economy roller, it has a lot of lint on it. So you're going to take some duct tape. What you got to do is you're going to take your tape and you're going to wrap your tape around like this. Just overlap it till you get to the end of the roller. Take it like this, and then you're going to pull it back off, and you're going to see that all the lint is going to come off the roller. You could do this once, you could do it twice. I take a piece of tape like this, and when you tell me exactly what color paint you're going to be painting the walls, I take a marker and a piece of tape, and what I do is, before I even start, I take this tape and I put it here right next to the label. Do not cover the label, because then if we need paint for the future to match your house, we won't be able to match it because we're covering up this sticker. So it's very important that you do not cover up the sticker. Take your pen or pencil or marker and write, paint it by your company name. Mine is Visionary Remodeling, on such and such date. So you put the date, 17/6. So now, I also want you to learn to mark this. You have to say, well, what bedroom is this? Is this the master bedroom? Is this the kids' bedroom? So let's say this is the kids' bedroom. So we'll put kids' bedroom on here. Now you know that this is, in the future, if you had to come back to do a repair, you don't have to ask the client, where's the paint? You know, you just go right back to your blue tape, and you know that you was the one who marked that paint can. That's a very smart tip. Open it up, and if I was not a professional, the first thing I would do is go like this, put the top down. I would take this, and I would just pour it out the bucket. Now what happens is, most people do that. You'll see people who are unprofessional do that, and then they'll take it and they'll clean it like this. I'm gonna show you a tip. When you put this top on, make sure that the handle is on the back, because if it's in the front, you won't be able to get this back. Just put it like this to the back. Make sure it's all the way sealed, because you don't want to spill. Tap it real good. Remember, there's a bleeder here. And keep it, I made a spill. So just keep it like this. And then what happens is, now, watch this. So you just pour it like this. Okay, so now at the end of the day, when I'm done, look at this. At the end of the day, when I get ready to put this, look at that, it's clean. So when you get ready to put this top back on, there's no mess, and it goes on, so that the next time I come here to do a repair, I don't have to struggle to open this can up again.
Jose, you need some help?
Oh, what a surprise! This is the Fishing Rican.
And you're Jose Rodriguez.
Let's do this, my friend. I've been
right.
wanting to meet you for a long time. How you
same
been?
here. Good, how are you?
Good. You gonna show me how to paint today?
Yep.
What you gonna show me how to do?
All right, I'm just gonna, the Fishing Rican on the wall.
Oh yeah, you like to do graffiti?
Yep.
Oh, me too. That was my favorite, man, when I was doing graffiti. Oh wow, I had so much fun. Let me see what you can do. Let's see if you're good at doing graffiti. Oh wow, man, you're pretty good. You're pretty good, and you're fast too. Pretty cool. Who taught you that?
Myself, I'm just a natural.
Good.
Just a
Well, now
natural.
that you've done that, we're going to show the audience who's viewing us on the Anna Show today how to paint a room. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to switch with you, and I'm going to show them exactly how to get this painting going. When you're rolling, you want to make sure that you roll back, and then you always try to just take as much paint off as you can. Do not try to paint the wall with one coat. Every time I paint any wall, I always give it 2 coats, because you get a better look with giving it 2 coats. Even when they sell you the paint with primer in it, you always want to do 2 coats. And what I do is they say the W, I just go up and down like this, and then sometimes I go sideways like this, and then just pretty much leave it alone. So Fishing Rican, when I started painting, I was at an age that you are now. An age I wish I could go back to. So my dad put a paintbrush in my hand at the age of 13. And from that very moment on, I've been painting, and I really like it. It's one of my favorite things to do, is to paint. So see, you take your time, and when you put it in here, you take some of it off. And usually I cheat, I'll put like a slab here so I could go back to it and dab. And then the key is to kind of like, don't over wet the brush when you're too close to the ceiling, and then just kind of like drag it like this, like a skim coat. Because you're gonna do 2 coats. Do not try to coat it like at one shot. Take your paint and dip it like this and put it on your roller and take some back off, so that when you come across this, you don't have this, all that run on top. Don't take advantage of the tape. Act like the tape is not there, and at that same time, your technique will begin to grow on you, where you may have to not one day use tape. So just kind of like lightly go against the tape, so that you don't get all that tape on there. Because what happens is if, say for instance, you do forget to pull the tape, then later what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to take your utility knife before you pull this, and you're gonna have to score it like this with the utility knife and then pull it. In this particular time, if you decide to use tape, just make sure that you pull the tape, like I told you before, within an hour to an hour and a half of set time, and you should have a clean finish. Well, I hope you liked the tips I gave you today. Don't be intimidated by what I showed you today. Stay tuned for more projects next week. We look forward to seeing you and giving you more tips on remodeling homes.